Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is Dawid Marzec, who will fight on Cage Warriors Academy Southeast 42, August 8th. Hello, David. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good, and we will talk about like your big accomplishment in the moment. But let's start from the your next fight because you will fight for the title against I think that overall also a really good prospect. So if you can tell me how excited are you about this fight and how your camp is going for now?
I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing at the fact that it's a title fight. Um, I've been preparing a bit longer. My camp's been longer because the show was meant to be on, I think 11th of July, and then they moved it back a month. So I've been in camp for quite a while now. Got the name Mennet about 3 or 4 weeks ago. So I've been preparing for him. I've got loads of things planned, loads of different variations, loads of different scenarios that could happen. So I'm ready for everything, and I'm just excited to. I mean, it's my first fight back in the UK since I think for a year now, because I was traveling for the IMMAFs and whatnot. So this is my first fight back in England in a while. So I can't wait to put on a show.
And do you like before your fights watch videos of your opponent so just to know like anything and or like something more and just to be like prepared for what he can have for you?
Yeah, I prepare my camps for my opponents. So with him, same thing. I watch him, I study him, watch his movements, watch everything, anything I can find on him, I watch, and I'm ready for everything.
And in let's say perfect world, if you have a like a fight scheduled, how many weeks would you like to have to prepare for the fight?
From 6 weeks to about 8 weeks is my kind of what I aim to do, for my camps. But whether it's longer, I'm always in the camp. Like I'm never like not training. I'm always every day at the gym, perfecting my craft. So I'm always in camp, but for like for them kind of more intense is about 6 to 8 weeks is kind of my perfect spot.
And it's actually good because when you are young, you can be like all the time in the gym and just do a lot of things. And when you are like older, like 30, 35, you need to be like more focused on like recovery, not to be in the gym like all the time. And right now, I think that this is like the best solution if you can just be there all the time.
Yeah, yeah. I try to be. Listen, I'm young. I'm only 20, so I'm trying to make the most out of these years, so that when I'm older, I can train a bit more clever. But right now, I just always feel like I'm in constant competition with everyone my age, and I'm just trying to get the most out of these years. And then when I'm a bit older, I can probably slow down a little bit more and train a bit more smarter.
And like, of course, you are one of the best lightweights in Europe. And if you can tell me, because of course, right now you fight in the like amateur scene, but do you think about like going pro in next maybe few months, maybe next year?
My plan is to get this fight out the way and then fly to Georgia for the World Championships. Again, test myself there. I won the Europeans. I want to get the Worlds, and then next year, I'll be planning on. I'll be definitely turning pro next year. Like it's 100%. 21 is a good age. I'll have plenty of experience against the best, so I'm more than ready.
And this is what I like in like European MMA that you can be like 0-0 pro fighter, but you have like over 20 amateur bouts. So you were able to face like many styles, many tough opponents, and in the end you are just 0-0 fighter. So I think that is like big advantage of fighters from Europe.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I feel like I've figured out who I am and how to prepare for fights, how to even warm up before walking out. It's an important thing. You need to know what kind of fighter you are, whether you like to have a hard warm up before walking out or a bit slower one. I feel like I figured it out. Um, just because of these amateur fights. A lot of people who turn pro after two, three, four amateur fights end up going pro and making the mistakes. I feel like I've already made the mistakes at amateur and I'm ready to turn pro.
And earlier this year, you had like a big tournament. It was IMMAF tournament. You won a European Championship. And if you can tell me, how do you like qualify for to like represent the country?
So when I joined, I joined the national team Poland last year. I think it was about August time as well. Um, when I got the kind of call up, they put out a post asking fighters to apply. The coaches they contacted whoever they could, whoever they knew, but the national team was aware that there were probably fighters a bit more outside their knowledge that could qualify, and I've gave them I had to send an email. I sent some fight footage, what I achieved, said a bit about myself, and in 2 3 weeks time I got an answer saying, look, we've reviewed your application. We'd like you to be in the national team. The only catch was it was self-funded, so I had to obviously get the money through sponsors or out my own pocket to compete. But I thought, nah, this is like a chance I need to take. I need to go out there and fight against the best in Europe, best in the world, and that's how how I managed to get into the national team. I've got a Polish passport. That was one thing that also was like a must to qualify. I was born in Poland as well, so there was no problems whatsoever with kind of getting into there.
And how tough was to fight just few times in few days? Because I believe that you had like one fight a day, but in the end it was like few days in the row. So how tough was it? Also like mentally.
You know, it's the fact that you every day you need to weigh in and you need to make weight. So I weighed in and I couldn't refuel to what I wanted to, because if I win, I need to fight the next day again. So I was always kind of fighting on on a weight cut. I couldn't drink fully. I couldn't refuel fully. So that was the more draining part. I just couldn't eat and refuel in between them fights. So it would be like I'd weigh in, I'd fight, a few hours later, and then I couldn't eat anything after the fight or drink even to make the weight the next day. So that was the more tough part. But the mental part, it was just another fight for me. It was just like me going into the gym and having a few harder rounds with my teammates. That's the way I looked at it. So, and there's no kind of pressure in the IMAF. There's no eyes watching you. I know it's a big tournament, but it's not. There's no crowd. You're kind of in like a hall with 5 6 cages. So that kind of aspect, that pressure wasn't there. It was just a weight cut, really.
So as the pro, you definitely will not have this kind of problem because it's not like that in 2026. It's like one night or tournament or like one weekend tournament. So it's probably it would be like the toughest part. It will be like in the amateur level.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I won't have that in pro. I'll go on a scale, weigh in, and I'll refuel. Even with this fight now on Cage Warriors, I'll be stepping onto the scale and I'm straight back into refueling, eating, and making sure I'm ready for fight night.
And if you can tell me about your like beginnings in the MMA journey. So how old were you when you decided that you would like to start this sport, and also what was the reason behind it?
Well, it's a bit funny because I started with football, and when I was about 16, we played at a good level, and our team ended up falling apart. It got to about, yeah, 16. People were going to different, getting jobs. They kind of fell out of love of football. And funny enough, my coach Dan Palmer now, he had a football club, and he was in a bit of a lower division, and he wanted to sign players. And because he heard about our team falling apart, he wanted to sign the players, and he wanted to sign me. And I was a bit hesitant at times. I was like, no, no, no. and he said, you know what, come to the gym, maybe you'll like it. And I ended up joining his football team, but I ended up also training at his gym, which I'm still at now. And that's it was just kind of a funny way how it all started through football. And I started training, and I never looked back since.
And when you start training, do you did you know at that point that you would like to go like amateur level or maybe even then pro, or was it like more just let's see, maybe I will like learn some self defense or something around this?
As soon as I started, I thought, yeah, I wanna fight. I wanna get out there as quick as I can, which is probably why in only 4 years I've managed to get to such a high level. Because from the start, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm gonna fight. As in, some people spend a year or two figuring it out. Straight from the get go, after my first session, right, I wanna fight. I wanna get out there and be the best. So I wasted no time.
And if you can tell me about like overall about your gyms, so maybe who are your coaches, and also if you can mention maybe some fighters like you, young up and coming prospects.
So I train out of a gym called Siam, and in a little town in Corby. My coaches are, Dan Palmer. I mean, he's had multiple uh, uh, belts at Muay Thai. I mean, rich career in Muay Thai, legend in the UK. And then Tommy Maguire again, another UK MMA legend who fought on the Ultimate Fighter, one of the early seasons. I got my other coach Simon Hall, who's also my training partner. We do a lot of rounds. He's been here also from the start. Callum McEachran, who's my jiu-jitsu coach. He's again leveled up my jiu-jitsu game so high. Um, and it's we have a good little team here. I also traveled to HW1. Jimmy Warhead is the head coach there, and then Joe Taylor is the jiu-jitsu coach. And again, leveling up with some of their lads, and he's obviously um, showing me bits and bobs and helping me with technique. So I've got a good little base here. I train with, when it comes to like HW1, with Jake Wills, who's a multiple time MMA champion in England. I Over here we've got a few amateurs coming up. One of our lads, Ali and Almantis, they're just having their first fights on Battle Arena. Um, so we're getting there when it comes to fighters. We're growing. We're growing, and it's an exciting journey, because not only I'm improving and getting to the top, but I'm also trying to bring other lads with me.
And this is what I like overall in MMA, that there are fewer like many ways to be successful, because of course you can train like ATT or some super big gym, but also you can came from like a smaller gym when it's like the more personal approach, where there is like coach and you. So I think that this is great, because it's not just way to get to the like highest level, but you can pick the best thing for you.
Yeah, listen. I'm not a big believer of huge gyms. I mean, I understand it's great having 30, 40 fighters on the mat, but every big gym started as a small gym, yeah? SBG with Conor McGregor and all these mega gyms now. I feel like you need a good, solid team, a family around you who support you and care about you no matter what. Sometimes you go to these big gyms and they don't really care about you. They don't care. You're just a number. While if you have a good team around you, no matter what, they're always going to be there and always going to try and improve. And that's why one of the gyms I traveled to, HW1, is also good, because I feel, at Siam, in Corby, I've got a good family atmosphere. Um, the lads are really, like, we're all together, we're all helping each other. And when I travel to HW1, I feel the same. They're also a family. They're also got 5, 6 fighters, and Jimmy gives all the fighters attention. Well, in mega gyms, you don't get the attention sometimes. They don't really care about you. But like I said, over here, when I train at Siam, all the Den, Tommy, they're always pointing things out. They're always helping me. It's just the attention. I just don't believe in mega gyms. Don't get me wrong. You can go and travel up to a mega gym and get a few rounds with, because there's 30, 40 fighters on the mat. But it's just that family atmosphere that you need. That you need to have people around you who are pushing you, who really care about you, which is hard to find in the sport.
And overall, because of course, like obviously you are a fighter, but also are you a fan of like MMA? So maybe when there is like big UFC on Saturday or Sunday, do you like to watch it?
You know, I'm a big MMA fan. I grew up as a boxing fan. My dad is a massive boxing fan. So one of my first memories in life was Manny Pacquiao getting knocked out by Marquez, if 2009, maybe 2010. So I've been kind of always watching fights. Started off as boxing because my dad, and then shiver like going into MMA. And yes, I'm a big fan. I don't wake up for the fights as much, unless it's Topuria fighting, unless it's McGregor's, unless it's the big fights. Like Topuria is my kind of one of my favorite fighters. Peter Yan, for them fights, I'll wake up. But for like the little, a bit smaller fights, or the fights I'm not looking forward to as much, I rather not. I don't want to sacrifice my recovery for.
And how surprised were you with like Ilya losing to Justin?
You know, it's a funny story because I went into work 30, 40 minutes late because I was watching this fight. I was like, I have to watch this, right? It was 6 in the morning, and I was surprised a little bit, because just because I thought he would have got him out in the first two, but I thought he fought the wrong fight. I thought he went for, I mean, trying to go into a war with Justin. I thought he should have maybe taken them down, played it safe, and worried more about his record and about his legacy than trying to put on a show. I mean, I know everybody wants to see a show, but I thought he fought the wrong fight. So I was surprised, but when it got past that second round, I thought that is a massive mental blow to Topuria, and Gaethje's going to kind of get the advantage now, and that's what happened. So I was surprised, but after the second round, when I seen Topuria get back into his store, and he was a bit like, you could see he was mentally annoyed and not finishing him, I knew that Gaethje has a chance.
Yes, but in the end, in the second round, it was like super close. Maybe one, maybe two body punches, and it
Yeah,
probably would be over. And
yeah. I mean, I don't know why he took it on the floor. He should have just started hammer fisting him and trying to finish him instead of going for submissions.
yes, yes, definitely. And outside of fight game, when you are maybe not in training camp, but let's say that you are after the fights, so you have a little bit more free time. Do you have any
Mhm.
other like passions or hobbies, not involving combat sports?
I hate to say it, but I don't. Like, this is it. Like, nothing else interests me apart from combat sports. Like, as soon as I'm done with fighting, and I'm done with my fight, then I'm back at the gym straight away. Like, is there's nothing else I've got going on. Like, football, I don't like watching football. I like playing it, but I don't play it no more. It's just fighting for me. Nothing else.
Okay, David, so many thanks for the time and for conversation. Of course, I hope that you will win your next fight. You will get some other titles and medals as the amateur, and you will stay undefeated from this point.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. It was a pleasure talking to you.